Good Wednesday morning. We are following breaking news out of the Middle East.
A new round of deadly attacks across the region. It is March 18th. This is Today. Breaking overnight. Tel Aviv targeted in a deadly missile strike as Iran seeks revenge for the killing of two of its top leaders. The U.S. deploying its own wave of massive bunker buster bombs on major sites inside Iran as President Trump pushes back against the first resignation of a key administration official over the war.
I always thought he was weak on security, very weak on security.
We're live at the White House and in the Middle East. On the rise, gas prices now approaching $4 a gallon as the economic impact of the war grows here at home. The Federal Reserve now weighing it all, set to make a major decision on interest rates today. The very latest straight ahead. On the brink, our exclusive look inside Cuba, reeling from blackouts and gas shortages as the Trump administration doubles down, signaling it is time for leadership change.
They're in a lot of trouble, and the people in charge they don't know how to fix it.
We're live in Havana. Waiting game. Those long lines at the nation's airports only growing as spring break travel ramps up and the TSA staffing shortage drags on.
It's been kind of a nightmare.
Hopefully you get here early, because otherwise you're not going to make it.
One federal official now issuing this dire warning.
It's not hyperbole to suggest that we may have to quite literally shut down airports.
We'll have everything you need to know. Look out below.
Oh, what the was that?
Some new images of that massive and rare meteor streaking across the sky before crashing down to Earth with a thunderous boom. Inside, some scary moments for people all across the Midwest. Those stories, plus Ryan Gosling live in Studio 1A.
I put the knot in astronaut.
One of the biggest stars on the planet stopping by with a sneak peek at his out-of-this-world movie, Project Hail Mary. And off and running. Mark for the lead. The NCAA tournament tipping off with the first four and already packed with drama.
Harris has to put it up. Oh, it's good! What a shot!
All the highlights with more games on the way and the women joining the madness. Today, Wednesday, March 18th, 2026.
From NBC News, this is Today with Savannah Guthrie and Craig Melvin. From Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And a very good morning to you. Welcome to Today. Thank you so much for starting your Wednesday with us. Hoda is here while Savannah continues to spend time with her family. Two more tickets punched last night.
Is that right? Final Four is getting there?
Getting closer. Big wins for Texas and big win for Howard last night as well. You got two more play-in games tonight, and then the field of 64 will be set, and the women kicking off tonight as well, too.
Ooh, excellent.
We are going to get to our top story right now, though. The war with Iran now entering day 19 with a new wave of attacks near the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. striking Iranian missile sites near the crucial waterway at the center of a military standoff.
This comes as a top counterterrorism official in the Trump administration announced he's quitting in protest of the war, saying Iran posed, quote, no imminent threat to the U.S.
Meanwhile, Americans continue to feel the effects on their wallets. Prices going up on everything from groceries and plane tickets to gas prices. Gas prices now up more than 90 cents since last month. We've got complete coverage for you this morning. We'll start with NBC's chief foreign correspondent, Richard Engel. Richard, good morning.
Good morning, Craig. I am on the outskirts of Tel Aviv right now at the site of an Iranian cluster bomb attack. Police have now sealed off the area. As this war escalates, we happen to be filming just as this attack took place. This is a cluster bomb as it detonated midair over Tel Aviv while we were filming. Looking like a meteor shower, each light is a small bomb falling indiscriminately on the city. At least one hit an apartment building, killing an elderly Israeli couple, according to first responders. Others hit a train station, causing only damage. While in Iraq, the U.S. Embassy has come under repeated fire, pro-Iranian militias claiming responsibility. as now an internal message reviewed by NBC News reveals the State Department has ordered all embassies and consulates worldwide to immediately conduct security reviews. The latest barrage came after Iran promised revenge. Israel yesterday announced it killed Ali Larijani, a powerful hardliner who helped oversee a crackdown on anti-government protesters in January, when Iran's Basij forces, its internal enforcers, killed thousands. The Basij commander was also assassinated as the U.S. military continues its fight. U.S. Central Command announced it dropped multiple 5,000-pound deep penetrator munitions, bunker busters, on hardened missile sites along Iran's coastline near the Strait of Hormuz, saying the weapons posed a risk to the vital oil shipping corridor.
We knocked out things that nobody thought were possible to knock out. Today was a very big day already.
While Israel's war in Lebanon is escalating, the Iranian-backed group Hezbollah claiming to fire new, heavier weapons at Israel. Israel leveling this building in Beirut this morning after issuing a warning for residents to evacuate first. Several mainstream Israeli politicians are calling for parts of Lebanon to be turned into the next Gaza.
We've managed to get a little bit closer to the blast site, and you can see the apartment specifically that was hit by one of those little bomblets. That's where the fatalities took place. Israel's defense minister just announced this morning that Israel has killed Iran's intelligence chief and said that more surprises are coming that will escalate the war against both Hezbollah and Iran. Craig?
Our chief foreign correspondent Richard Engel on the ground for us in Israel. Richard, thank you.
As fighting intensifies, President Trump is reversing course now, saying the U.S. does not need help from key allies. NBC's chief White House correspondent Peter Alexander has that part of the story. Hey, Peter, good morning.
Hoda, good morning. President Trump is no stranger to antagonizing the U.S.'s NATO allies, fiercely criticizing those countries beginning in his first term. And now the allies are refusing to help the U.S. clear the Strait of Hormuz, insisting they were not consulted before the president struck Iran and that this is not their war. All of it infuriating the president as growing divisions over the conflict emerge within his party. This morning, as President Trump tries to stop the war in Iran from further driving up oil and gas prices, he says the U.S. will go it alone.
We don't need too much help, and we don't need any help, actually.
Just days ago, the president had urged other countries, including European NATO allies, to join the U.S. in securing the key Strait of Hormuz that's been choked by Iran, causing chaos for global oil prices. But the president's request for help has largely been rejected by European countries.
I think NATO's making a very foolish mistake.
It comes after years of the president attacking the global alliance.
So what we have gotten out of NATO is nothing.
Now defiant.
This was a great test because we don't need them, but they should have been there.
While under pressure over the economy, the cost of an average gallon of gas now $3.84. One of the president's top advisors tried to downplay concerns about the impact of a prolonged war.
If it were to be extended, it wouldn't really disrupt the U.S. economy very much at all. It would hurt consumers, and we'd have to think about, you know, if that continued, what we would have to do about that. But that's like really the last of our concerns right now, because we're very confident that this thing is going ahead of schedule.
The White House also responding to a high-profile resignation from the director of the National Counterterrorism Center, Joe Kent, posting, "I cannot in good conscience support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation." The president firing back.
I always thought he was a nice guy, but I always thought he was weak on security.
Kent, a retired Green Beret and longtime Trump supporter with a history of promoting conspiracy theories and an association with far-right figures, is facing criticism, including from Republicans, for adding, "It is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby."
It just goes back to some of the oldest anti-Semitic tropes.
Meantime, Peter, all eyes on Capitol Hill today. There's a hearing for President Trump's new pick to lead Homeland Security. So what are you expecting there?
Well, President Trump's nominee to replace outgoing Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is Republican Markwayne Mullin, an Oklahoma senator. He's widely expected to win Senate confirmation, but he's also certain, I think, to face tough questions about how he will lead the agency in the wake of Noem's controversial tenure that was marred by the shooting deaths of those 2 U.S. citizens in Minneapolis. Republicans really view this hearing as a chance to hammer home the need to fund DHS with a partial government shutdown now in its 5th week. Democrats, on the other hand, want to know what changes Mullin is willing to make, Hoda, in the administration's immigration crackdown.
All right. Peter Alexander Forster at the White House. Peter, thank you.
Meanwhile, the Federal Reserve is set to announce its next decision on interest rates today, amid a host of new economic challenges stemming from the war with Iran. NBC's business correspondent Brian Chung in Washington to break it all down for us. So, Brian, let's start with gas prices here. Again, significantly higher than they were just a month ago. How high could these gas prices go, and what could that also mean for other parts of the economy moving forward?
Yeah, good morning, Craig. We're continuing that march for prices at the pump to $4 a gallon, where analysts tell us we are likely to go before the end of this week. It's staggering to think that that's up over 90 cents from what it was prior to this conflict in Iran beginning. Again, all this because of that critical Strait of Hormuz remaining effectively closed, where 20% of the world's oil travels through. But I should point out, it's not just prices at the pump, it's also prices that these jet companies pay in order to get you around the country and around the world. Jet fuel costs are up close to $4 a gallon as well. Compare that to just $2.50 prior to this conflict beginning. That's why Delta's CEO says that in March alone, it could cost them as much as $400 million more in those energy costs. American Airlines saying they're also likely to face increased pressure as well. So that's potentially going to lead to higher airfares for everyone else. But I should point out, if it gets more expensive to move people around, it gets more expensive to move everything else in this economy around as well. And that's the concern if this conflict does remain prolonged.
Brian, let's talk about the Fed. They're set to meet today to talk about interest rates. What do you expect to happen there?
Yeah, Hoda, the expectation is that the Federal Reserve will not move on interest rates when they make their announcement later on this afternoon. And that is in part because of the concern that they might be cutting interest rates into an environment where you do have this inflationary pressure coming from this war in Iran. So for that reason, analysts do not expect them to lower interest rates in that meeting later on today. That would be effectively icing that pattern that you see ahead of you of the Federal Reserve having cut interest rates 3 times last year. We'll also get some projections from them on where they could see interest rates going for the rest of the year. But the expectation is they might not project that many interest rate cuts. So for people that are watching those mortgage rates, credit card rates that are remaining elevated, I know the 30-year fix flirted with below 6% at one point this year before going back up to 6.3%. Well, if the Fed does follow through on not moving on interest rates later on today, there's reason to think that those won't drop substantially anytime soon.
All right, Brian Chung for us there in Washington. Brian, thank you.
Thanks, Brian. Also this morning, the Trump administration is weighing in on the future of Cuba as the island nation faces its worst energy and economic crisis in decades, a crisis deepened by a U.S. move that has cut off the island's main oil supply. NBC's George Solis is in Havana for us. George, good morning.
Hoda, good morning. Perhaps no bigger proof of how fragile the power grid is here. Portions of Havana waking up without power this morning. It comes after the entire country just got back power yesterday. This, as we got a rare look inside a Cuban hospital yesterday. We spoke with doctors and patients who not only struggle to get there, but are also struggling to find treatment. It's an added stress when already dealing with life and death situations, and U.S. officials continue to push for change here. This morning, President Trump continuing his pressure on Cuba.
Cuba right now is in very bad shape.
After signaling for weeks that he may focus on the island nation after the U.S.'s involvement in Iran and Venezuela. The president saying yesterday,
"We'll be doing something with Cuba very soon."
Secretary of State Marco Rubio also weighing in.
Cuba has an economy that doesn't work and a political and governmental system that can't fix it.
In Cuba, residents struggling with the chaos. Inside this hospital in Havana, the threats facing Cubans are on full display, with doctors and their patients dealing with unpredictable power outages. Issues that have gotten worse since the Trump administration blocked oil shipments from Venezuela after arresting its leader, Nicolas Maduro. How much worse have things gotten since the energy blockade?
Muchísimo. Muchísimo.
Doctors say the outages, which would happen multiple times a day and last hours at a time, make it challenging to store medications that rely on refrigeration. Medications that are also sometimes difficult to stock. But perhaps the biggest challenge facing both medical staff and their patients, just getting to clinics and hospitals for help. Yonelkis Polo Garcia has been receiving life-saving leukemia treatments for more than a year. She worries because she lives in a rural area, she won't have the transportation to get to treatments she so desperately needs. While in the U.S., the White House continues to push for change.
The people in charge, they don't know how to fix it, so they have to get new people in charge.
Cuba's president on X saying in part that the U.S. publicly threatens Cuba almost daily. And on that subject of the hospitals, one doctor telling me that they are now skipping meals to make sure their patients have something to eat, some even walking miles to get to work simply because of the worsening fuel crisis here. Hoda?
Interesting to see that part of the story. George Solis for us there in Havana. George, thank you.
Meanwhile, back here, more chaos gripping airports nationwide. Hours-long security lines are only getting worse, fueled by a combination of this week's wild weather. Then you've got the spring break travel rush and the ongoing impact of the partial government shutdown. The TSA now hinting that entire airports could be forced to shut down. NBC's Maggie Vespas at Chicago's O'Hare International with the very latest. Maggie, good morning.
Hey, Craig, good morning. Yeah, a busy morning here at Chicago O'Hare for sure. The security lines are long, but they're moving quickly this morning. And for now, wait times appear to be normal, which is obviously good news. But this is the talk at airports across the country, with the TSA itself now saying in some places passengers are waiting more than 3 hours just to get through airport security, and adding with no end to the partial government shutdown in sight, entire airports could soon close. This morning, the wait getting worse at airports across America.
Hopefully you get here early, because otherwise you're not going to make it.
The spring break rush colliding with a mounting TSA staffing shortage, with officers now working without pay for a 32nd day amid the ongoing partial government shutdown.
It's a travesty. It really is disappointing that the government can't get their stuff together.
So far, more than 10% of officers have called out nationwide, roughly a third not showing up for their shifts at JFK, Houston, New Orleans, and Atlanta, where lines backed up to the front door.
It's been kind of a nightmare.
Starting today, Philadelphia International is temporarily closing security checkpoints inside 3 terminals to optimize operations. Meanwhile, the TSA's acting deputy administrator issuing this grim warning.
If this continues, it's not hyperbole to suggest that we may have to quite literally shut down airports, particularly smaller ones, if call-out rates go up.
Severe weather across the south and east only adding to the airport headaches.
I'm trying to get back home to my children, and we can't find a flight.
This video showing stranded passengers sleeping on cots at Houston's Bush International after high winds canceled flights. While in Dallas,
just one disappointment after the next.
Javina Sessions forced to scrap her family's spring break getaway altogether after their flight was grounded.
We wouldn't get to Tampa until Thursday morning, and we were only going to be there till Friday.
Yeah, that's got to be rough. We just checked the latest numbers, by the way, this morning on FlightAware. So far this morning nationwide, more than 1,000 flights delayed and more than 200 canceled. Again, that's just so far today. And it's being, again, blamed on a combination of severe weather and the TSA shortage. Since the partial government shutdown began, TSA saying more than 360 officers have quit their jobs entirely. Correct.
All right. Maggie Vespa for us there in Chicago. Maggie, thank you. You flew yesterday. You were delayed, right?
Yeah, I was delayed several hours. Do you feel so sorry for that woman who was going on spring break with her kids and it got scrapped? I mean, not good news. Let's get a check of the weather. Weekend today's Angie Lastman's here. She's filling in for Al. Last we saw you, you were freezing.
Don't worry, guys. My toes have thawed. That's a tongue twister there. We are much warmer in the studio. Good. Glad to be here with you this morning. Speaking of those cold temperatures, though, we've really got these cold alerts up for folks across parts of the southeast, stretching from Louisiana to the Carolinas and down to the northern portions of Florida. We are waking up to potentially record lows in a couple of spots. Mobile, Wilmington, some of those those locations. Mid-30s is what you're getting in Atlanta this morning. You move up farther to the north, the Great Lakes, the Northeast. We've got some spots dealing with single-digit wind chill values. Detroit, one of those locations. Boston, just 14 is what it feels like outside. New York City at 18 degrees. We're going to be into those mid-20s in Cincinnati. A very different story if you look to the western half of the country, where temperatures are well into the 60s and into those low 80s in Amarillo. Triple-digit temperatures expected in Phoenix today, but the below normal conditions are going to be with us here as we get up and down the coast, the East Coast. 30s in New York City today, 48 for Richmond, and 57 degrees in Atlanta. Let's look at the weather across the country. We'll get to your local forecast in the next 30 seconds.
Swing or board. I want you offensive rebound by Weaver.
Crunch time here, down to 2. Mark for the lead. He hits another 1 second left.
Wowza. Back now, 7:30. March Madness officially underway with the first 4 round. Texas hits the game winner. 1 second on the clock. The Longhorns hold on to win in advance to play BYU tomorrow.
Meanwhile, in last night's other game, it was Howard knocking off UMBC 86-83. UMBC, University of Maryland, Baltimore County. Bison taking on Michigan in the first round. Carson Daly, got that bracket filled out yet?
No, but every March I learned of a new college.
Yes.
There's always one I didn't know existed.
Like,
yes.
wait, what?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, teams, notwithstanding, I love a good close game.
There's a lot of them.
A lot of close games. By the way, the women, the first 4 of the women start tonight.
Cool. All right, good. St. John's, that's what I'm pulling for. All right, meantime, we've got a lot to get to. This half hour, including new details on a remarkable sight that lit up the sky on St. Patrick's Day all across the Midwest.
NASA says that fireball that you see right there on your screen was a meteor traveling at more than 40,000 miles an hour before it eventually broke apart somewhere near Cleveland, Ohio. NBC's Sam Brock is here with more, and folks in Cuyahoga County, they were a little scared yesterday.
All over Lake Erie, guys, this is a different type of March Madness. Scientists say that this happens more than you think. Space debris entering Earth's atmosphere, becoming a fireball, and then breaking up into all these tiny pieces. It just doesn't usually happen over a major city like Cleveland in the middle of the day. There are no reports of any injuries, but there are plenty of cracked windows, confused calls, and chaotic videos showing how it all unfolded.
For many in the Midwest, starting their St. Patrick's Day.
Whoa, what the was that?
A stunning kickoff to celebrations when a fireball streaked through the sky. Followed by sonic booms so powerful they rattled pets, cameras, and the overall sense of calm.
We heard this boom, big boom, and a vibration in the building.
NBC station WKYC in Cleveland, speaking with a business owner whose windows cracked as calls quickly poured in to Ohio's emergency services.
Definitely not a gunshot. It sounds like more of an explosion. It's definitely too big for fireworks.
NASA confirming hours later it was a small asteroid, nearly 6 feet in diameter, weighing about 7 tons and moving at nearly 40,000 miles an hour. The streaking blaze of orange capturing the attention of eyewitnesses from Virginia to Delaware, Maryland to Pennsylvania to Ohio. 10 states, D.C., and even the Canadian province of Ontario.
Rocks hitting the atmosphere, even the tenuous upper atmosphere at that speed, it's like slamming into a brick wall.
Ralph Harvey is a professor of planetary materials at Case Western Reserve in Ohio, who says that car-sized meteor actually isn't that rare.
In asteroid terms, it's small. There's almost no likelihood they would have seen it ahead of time.
Just this past summer, another meteor tore across several states in the southeast.
Whoa!
Before leaving dents in an Atlanta area home. And in 2018, a meteor exploding over Michigan, producing shaking equivalent to a 2.0 magnitude earthquake. Now, the latest aerial phenomenon producing headlines in Pennsylvania, pronouncing Great Balls of Fire.
Balls of fire.
For a meteoric moment that's left a definite impression.
Whoa! Did I get that on my dash cam?
By the way, as if we don't have enough to worry about here on Earth, now we've got meteors.
Just the end of the world.
But like you said, you point out it happens every day, but there's a system in place to make sure that we're okay, right?
There actually is. It's relatively recent, within the last few years. NASA tested out this DART situation, right, which is a double asteroid redirection test. That's what it stands for. Effectively, they proved in 2022 that you can take a spacecraft, smash it into an asteroid, and it will move that asteroid off of its original trajectory, should circumstances warrant. Now, the American Meteor Society says that you actually will see a meteor falling to the United States about once a day. There's these whole networks of cameras once a day that track them. However, because of the fact that we have cell phones now and all these security cameras at homes, we're just seeing it more often. But the reality is, it is a daily occurence. It's just not usually anything.
What is that called again? The what? DART?
The DART.
Okay.
Don't ask me to actually say that acronym again, because I don't remember what those words stand
for. Is Ben Affleck in that movie?
He probably was. Armageddon/DART 2 is coming to a theater near you.
Thanks, Sam.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Guys, still to come, the one-of-a-kind way that Tom Holland is introducing the world. I just watched this live on YouTube a matter of minutes ago to the next trailer for the new Spider-Man. Very cool.
All right. Speaking of things that crawl, there's an early sign of spring across the country that nobody's eager to see. We got a major bug boom happening. Stephanie Gosk has that story. Hey,
yeah, if it's not meteors falling from the sky, it's this. If you hear that buzz in the background, low level right now, it is only going to get louder. The bugs are coming. I'm going to tell you all about it after the break.
We're back, coming up on 7:40 now with In Depth Today. Spring officially arriving on Friday, but one sign of the season is already here.
Yeah, well, thanks to the recent wet weather and the seesawing temps, bugs apparently are getting a head start on surfacing.
All right, NBC's Stephanie Gosk has a closer look. Hey, Steph.
Hey, guys, I'm sorry. It's not great news, but since the bug explosion is already happening in some parts of the country, experts believe it's an indicator that things will be even worse this summer.
The official start of spring is this Friday, but the bugs that are usually associated with it are already out en masse, and some species expected to get even worse in the summer.
Oh my God. Right now I'm surrounded by a spider, a wasp, and a bee.
Somebody needs to tell these mayflies that it is indeed March 12th, because they are too early.
Bug experts say the hot and cold temperatures this winter, plus the extra snowfall, explain the boom in some bugs.
Even though it was cold, that snow cover provided insulation. That's going to increase tick survival. We might expect more ticks this year.
In Phoenix, an explosion of grasshoppers due to a wet winter that led to more grown vegetation, which is what they eat. And a string of warm weather was just what their eggs needed to hatch.
They kind of mind their business, but they'll get into your face.
In Los Angeles, an itchy pest that's making life miserable for some.
In one night, we killed 19 mosquitoes in 20 minutes.
Aedes mosquitoes, or ankle biters. They've left this family sleepless for nearly 2 months, thanks to a warmer than normal winter in Southern California.
The summer season is going to start earlier. The fall season is going to go later. That simply means more biting days for mosquitoes throughout the entire country.
Curious which bugs may show up in your region? The Exterminators trade group Bug Barometer allows users to check what types of bugs will be common this season based on the winter weather they have had. For the Midwest, flies, ticks, ants, and cockroaches. For the Southwest, cockroaches, flies, scorpions, and spiders. Experts say pest control is best done during the fall by sealing any possible entrances. As for what you can do now, check doors and windows for holes and dump any standing water, because that is where bugs will breed.
So thanks for that.
Yep, you're welcome.
So are there any specific bugs that we should be looking out for?
Yeah, so in some of these areas where we've gotten a lot of snowfall, like here in New York City, ticks are going to be a problem. There will be more ticks, and they come out even when it's pretty cold, like 40 degrees or so. So you're going to be on the lookout for them. But here's an important thing to note. When you go outside, come back, check yourself, because the big fear, obviously, is Lyme disease. And for Lyme disease to be transmitted, the tick has to be on your body for roughly 24 hours. Okay. So if you come in and you find it and you get it off, then
you're fine.
Check yourself. Also check your pets, too.
Aside from a little psychological damage from having to remove the tick, you're fine.
Notice I said pets before kids.
No, I didn't notice that. Thanks, Steph.
You're welcome.
Steph. All right, speaking of the weather, let's get another check of that from Angie Lassman and for Al. Hey, Angie.
Hey guys, yeah, suddenly the snow doesn't seem too bad, does it, when we're talking about the bug invasion? Meanwhile, out west, we've got this high pressure system that's really like taken hold of the western half of the country. That means that all that hot air is sinking down to the surface and really is trapped there. So this is an extended period that we're going to be dealing with really incredible heat. So much so that our hottest U.S. March record high temperature is being threatened. It's currently at 108 degrees, and you can see all the locations across this region that are going to see the potential for that. Yuma, Arizona included in that, Phoenix as well, across Southern California as well. This real kind of record high trend is going to last for the extended period. Otherwise, we've got quiet conditions across parts of the east, a whole lot of sunshine across the middle of the country. As a look at the weather across the country, let's see what's happening in your neighborhood. And let's look at your forecast, guys.
Angie, thank you. I think we're ready.
Angie, we got a good one for you because you're here today. Pop Start sneak peek, hot off the press from Queens to Midtown Manhattan. Spider-Man star Tom Holland just surprised fans all around the world. He went live from Instagram from the very top of the Empire State Building. I just watched this. It was so cool. About 45 minutes ago, all the lucky Spidey supporters, all the kids up there, and he showed the trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now let's get you up to speed. This is the next movie picking up after the web-slinging superhero's last installment, where his character erased himself from the lives and memories of those he loves. Now here's a peek at how that's been going 4 years later.
Excuse me, Dr. Banner. I need your help. What did you say your name was?
If DNA is mutating, it would be enormously dangerous.
We are faced with a danger that we can't control. One we can't even see. Stay out of my way.
You're losing it, kid.
And for those spiders who make it through, it amounts to a kind of rebirth.
Flowers.
Come on.
Okay, all right.
Rebirth. I mean, sometimes they just suck you in. You look at it and go, that's going to be awesome. Yeah. And we don't even have to wait that long for it. But let's just mention who's in that. Mark Ruffalo, you star there. Severance star Tremel Tillman. John Bernthal is incredible. It's called Brand New Day, and it hits theaters in July.
Oh, perfect summer movie.
Like this coming July.
Perfect summer movie.
Yes.
Not like that Beatles movie you've been talking about.
For years.
30-32.
Carson, thank you. We'll get the rest of Pop Start and a must-see morning boost. But first, these messages.
And we are back with your morning boost, Gregor.
JBH is off this week, so I'm going to try to tackle it today. This one actually hurts a little bit. Students at an upstate New York school were asked to identify this piece of classic classroom equipment. You see it there. This is what they said.
Is it an X-ray machine?
It's a thing for pictures.
Is it a camera?
I think it's an old printer.
I don't know.
Nah, I'm good.
The thing at the dentist where they have, and then they put it to your face to see closer.
Do you use it to like zoom in on maps?
Like a magnifying glass or something?
Is it like a copy machine?
Like an old speaker?
Is it a projector?
Super old one?
A projector? I've seen.
Wow.
There you go. The best kid was like, nah, I'm good.
I'm good.
Not even going to take a shot at what that is.
Not going to embarrass myself.
What were the things that went on it? Remember?
The clear plastic.
The transparency.
Yeah. Look at you, Angie, last
Memory
week.
unlocked.
Okay. We're so old.
Those look like robots now with the head. They do look old.
So old.
Overheads. All right, guys, coming up on Pop Start, the new stars that are getting ready to check into the White Lotus when that show makes its return.
Also, Ryan Gosling is on a mission to save the planet in his new movie. And the Hollywood superstar is going to be right here live to tell us all about Project Hail Mary. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about SNL, too, after your local news and weather. It's 8 o'clock on Today. Coming up, breaking overnight. Iran targeting Tel Aviv in a new and deadly missile strike after vowing revenge for the killing of two of its top leaders. As the U.S. military continues its fight, deploying massive bunker buster bombs on major sites inside Iran. We're live from the region. Then, new details. Just ahead, what we're learning about some new images recovered from Nancy Guthrie's security cameras as the investigation continues to identify a suspect. We'll have the very latest. And out of this world, the one and only Ryan Gosling here to talk about his mission to save the planet.
I put the knot in astronaut.
And the highly anticipated Project Hail Mary.
People are saying it's like E.T. meets Interstellar, which is crazy because those are like, what? Like two of the best films of all time? So.
And much more live in Studio 1A. All that, plus Princess Peach herself, Anya Taylor-Joy, stopping by.
Are you? He's a human!
The new stars heading to paradise.
Welcome to the White Lotus.
And live from London, it's Tina Fey.
I've got everything you need for your first ever SNL UK.
Today, Wednesday, March 18th, 2026.
Girls trip from San Jose, celebrating 60 on today.
That's our 35th anniversary.
Hi to my sister Nora.
Shout out to Louisville, Kentucky. St. Louis, Missouri.
Tallahassee, Florida.
And Prior Lake, Minnesota.
Today is my 11th birthday.
Hi, Dad.
Back home in Canton, Ohio. Here for my Sweet 16. Mother and son trip.
From Mount Juliet, Tennessee.
Wishing my mom a happy 80th birthday. Love you, Grandma Linda.
Hey, Mom and Dad. And hello to all of you. Thank you so much for starting your day with us on this Wednesday morning. Welcome back to Today. Look at that crowd. Heard a copy. Can't wait to get outside.
I mean, it's in the 30s, and they are here for spring break.
Yes, they are. Hoda, of course, here while Savannah continues to spend time with her family. We're going to begin this hour with your news at 8 o'clock and the war in the Middle East, including a new round of deadly attacks across the region. That chaos having a major impact on the price of oil and gas. Let's get the very latest on all of it. For that, we turn to our chief White House correspondent, Peter Alexander. Peter, good morning.
Craig, good morning. Israel is escalating its attacks in Lebanon as Iran again targets Tel Aviv, retaliating for the killing of one of its hardline leaders within the last 24 hours. NBC News was recording overnight as a cluster bomb. You see it there detonated above Tel Aviv. Each of those little lights, you see, those are small bombs that sort of fall indiscriminately. At least one of them hit an apartment building, according to first responders there, killing an elderly Israeli couple. For its part, the U.S. military announced that it dropped multiple 5,000-pound bunker busters on missile sites along the Iranian side of the Strait of Hormuz, saying that the weapons posed a risk to the critical shipping route. It all comes as President Trump facing pressure to stop the war from driving up oil and gas prices further, says the U.S. will go it alone. Gas prices right now, $3.84 a gallon on average, up nearly 90 cents in a month. But just this morning on social media, the president floated giving countries that have rejected his request to help secure the strait control over it. That just hours after blaming NATO for, in his words, making a very foolish mistake. The allies say they were not consulted before the president struck Iran, Craig, and that this is not their war.
Our chief White House correspondent, Peter Alexander, for us there. Peter, thank you.
Let's go to Illinois now in some key primary races the entire nation has its eyes on. Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton won the Democratic Senate primary last night. She defeated two members of Congress in the race to succeed retiring Democratic Senator Dick Durbin. Stratton will face Republican attorney Don Tracy in the general election in November after Tracy won the GOP primary. And in the Illinois governor's race, Democratic Governor J.B. Pritzker is aiming for a third term. He'll take on Republican Darren Bailey in November.
Let's turn now to the latest on the search for Nancy Guthrie. It has been 46 days now since Savannah's mom was taken from her home. NBC's Liz Courts has been following the case from the very beginning, joins us now with some new details on the investigation. So, Liz, we're learning about some new images recovered from Nancy's home surveillance cameras. What more can you tell us about those specifically?
Yeah, hi, Craig. Good morning to you. You know, we're now in the 7th week of this search, and the work is still underway to try to identify a suspect. A key part of that has been trying to find any new video footage. Two people briefed on the matter tell NBC News that investigators have been able to retrieve additional images from some of the other home surveillance cameras on Nancy's property. But they say those images, unfortunately, do not show any new suspicious activity or any other movement on the night of the abduction. So for now, those previously released surveillance images from Nancy's doorbell camera are the only known images that authorities have of the suspect, and really, Craig, the most important piece of evidence that investigators have right now.
Yeah, Liz, and there have been some reports that there's a potential new date that investigators are asking people about, asking neighbors about. What do we know about that?
Yeah, Hoda, well, as you know, early on, investigators put out that call asking residents in Nancy's neighborhood to send in any potentially relevant video footage going back to January 1st, a month before the abduction. But neighbors tell us that when investigators have actually showed up at their home, they have also asked about specific dates, notably the weekend of Nancy's disappearance, as well as January 11th. One neighbor tells us she was also asked about footage on January 24th. We did ask other neighbors if they were also asked about that date. The ones we talked to said that they were not. Now, neither the Sheriff's Department nor the FBI have said if or why they are asking about any of those specific days. We do know that investigators are still looking at the possibility that the suspect may have visited Nancy's home prior to her abduction. Hoda and Craig.
All right, Liz Courts for us. Liz, thank you so much. And again, hope remains. There's the phone number. If you have any information that might be helpful to this case, call 1-800-CALL-FBI.
Yeah, please call that number. Now, let's go to the World Baseball Classic and a dramatic ending in the championship game between the U.S. and Venezuela. The U.S. was held scoreless until the bottom of the 8th when Bryce Harper hit a 2-run homer deep to center, and that tied things up. But that momentum was short-lived because in the 9th inning, Eugenio Suarez hit an RBI double, giving Venezuela the lead. They'd hold on to win that one 3-2. So, Venezuela, your World Baseball Classic champion. But baseball fans across the world were also winners because that tournament, by the way, huge success. Got a lot of people pumped up for the Major League season that's coming up. It was a wow all the way around.
It was fun to watch for a few weeks. Really was fun to watch.
All right.
That's us. On it, everyone you know, everyone you've ever heard of, lived out their lives. Every king, every peasant, I'm sorry, why are we on Harry Styles?
I don't know, I'm just listening.
Well, could you listen less cool?
We're back with Ryan Gosling's recent turn as the host of SNL. Well, now the 3-time Oscar nominee is gearing up for the release of his next highly anticipated film. It's called Project Hail Mary. And in it, he plays a middle school science teacher who suddenly finds himself at the center of a daring mission to save humanity. Take a look.
He has incredible hearing. He can see through walls. Personal space is at a premium.
Who is Grace talking to? Question.
There's no way you can hear me right now.
Can hear. Who are you talking to?
You can hear this.
Yes, Grace say you can hear this.
Oh, Ryan Gosling, welcome back, sir. Welcome back.
Sir. Thank you for having me.
I am not just saying this because you're sitting here and I saw the film yesterday. It is hands down one of the best films I've seen in recent memory. Not an exaggeration, not hyperbole.
What?
And here's the thing, I'm not alone. I want to read you just a few of the reviews. Project Hail Marys is 2026's first great movie. Ryan Gosling saves the universe and movies. Ryan Gosling proves he can have chemistry with The Rock. Those are just a few of the headlines that have already come out. The movie's not even out yet.
Did my mom write those?
Stop. When did you know?
Check.
When did you know you had something special?
You know, when I received, so about almost 6 years ago, I received the manuscript from the writer Andy Weir, and you know, I had no context for it wasn't published yet, so there was not even a log line. I had no idea what I was in for. Just this incredible opportunity to produce and star in this story. And you know, what followed is something that I think, you know, will be one of the great gifts of my career. It was just the opportunity to make a story like this that was such an adventure. I mean, you go to another galaxy, you make friends with an alien, you save the stars, but at the same time, it was also this reminder of what we're capable of as human beings, and it had so much hope in it, and it came during lockdown when movie theaters were shutting down and film productions were shutting down. So it just was this, you know, just this incredible opportunity to have some hope and to make something you know, that seemed impossible, but also, you know, was going to be worth all the effort.
It's about hope, it's about sacrifice, it's about bravery, it's about self-discovery, it's about friendship. But the reality is you spend a lot of this film in scenes by yourself, and when you're not by yourself, you're with The Rock. Your best friend becomes, we're not spoiling anything because it's been in the previews, it's The Rock.
Yeah.
I thought it was CGI until I read you actually had puppeteers operating said Rock?
Yes, 5 puppeteers. His name is Rocky. He's from a planet called Arid. He has no face. He has many arms. He's a rock.
They're the puppeteers.
And he's just the best alien friend you're ever gonna have. You know, but he's kind of high maintenance, as you can see. He travels with like an entourage.
Yeah.
They call themselves the Rocketeers.
The Rocketeers.
They very like kindly try and hide so that you can just experience the puppet, but they dress like ninjas, which is a little bit distracting. You know, but it's incredible the artistry that they have, and I think it's part of the magic of the movie is that he's not CGI. I mean, there's CGI elements to him, but he's there in the room, and there were times I felt like I had an alien friend. You know, we were just doing scenes together, and then because James Ortiz, the puppeteer, is so brilliant at what he does, we're able to improvise and take the scenes in new directions, and so what follows is something that's actually happening. And so you can feel that in the film. You can't believe you're gonna cry over a faceless rock alien by the end of this film, but you will. And it's the magic trick of the movie, and it's a testament to the puppeteers who made him real enough that you care that much about him.
One of the things I realized as I was watching this, you've got Ryland Grace in this film, Ken in Barbie, and then the stuntman in Fall Guy. All of these films, it's you in someone else's orbit on this journey of discovery. And the character you are at the end of the movie, very different from the character you are at the beginning of the movie. Was that by design, or was that just an accident?
All 3 characters, or this character?
All three characters. Is that the kind of role that you're typically drawn toward?
I do. I think it's helpful, I think, to see characters that are don't believe in themselves and find self-belief. You know, I find I can relate to that, especially when I take on a role. These things are challenging. Sometimes they feel like overwhelming, and I think I can kind of lock into even no matter how different the character is, and those are 3 very different characters, I can sort of tap into that core idea of, like, you know, you try and find it in you if you don't know it's there. And I think what I love so much about this film is it's the most pure expression of that I've ever done. This sense that we're capable of more than we realize, and we're capable of more than we're being told.
You're going to be in space later this year as well, I've been told.
Yes.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars universe. What can you tell us? Just give us something. I know they'll shoot you if you give us too much.
Yeah, like lightsaber to my neck.
Star Wars Starfighter.
Star Wars Starfighter. It's an original story. It's outside of the timeline of the other Star Wars films. It's new characters, new adventure, and I think it's pretty great. I'm really, really excited about it.
All right. I can't let you go without talking about SNL for just a moment.
Okay.
I mean, one of our favorite sketches around here in recent memory was Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, yeah.
And the best part of the sketch...
My beautiful guys.
Well, you clearly have a hard time in the sketch keeping it together. But is that a result of the rest of the cast going out of their way to make it difficult for Ryan Gosling to keep it together?
No, first of all, one thing they don't tell you is that when you do SNL, you don't sleep for a week.
Okay, so you're delirious too.
Completely delirious when you get there. And then you're working with people like, you know, that are intentionally trying to destroy you.
Yeah.
And I just, good luck not laughing. I don't know. I know you're supposed to take your comedy more seriously. I don't know. But I can't do it. It's too hard.
We wanted to give you something before you left. We got a little gift for you because we were told this is a first for you, even for a guy who's done so much in his career.
Oh my God, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Gosling is now officially a Lego character as well.
What?
There you are.
Can you believe it? That's Rocky.
There's Rocky.
And there's, you know, it makes me feel big to be made so small. So thank you.
That's the first, and again, the bold prediction here. This may be Ryan Gosling's first Oscar as well. So it's tremendous. Wow. So well done.
Congratulations.
You. I'll take this. Yes,
this
you can have that.
That's good enough for me.
You can have that. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Again, by the way, he's going to come back and. We're going to chat with Sandra Hüller in our third hour. Project Hail Mary, though, hits theaters on Friday. You're not coming back in the third hour.
No, but Sandra, that's better anyway.
Yeah, stop it. Stop it.
All right, Carsey, we're looking at you.
Don't you love when your favorite actors also are just great guys?
Nice.
Ryan
Great
Gosling,
human.
such a nice human. People want to know that.
Real
what was he
deal.
like? Oh,
Yeah.
so nice to everybody, the crew.
Yeah.
God, awesome. All right, guys, another nice, lovely human being, our friend Tina Fey. We'll start off with that. You know the SNL star loves to put on a good accent.
So what's new in Philly? Yeah. Well, you know, my brother Dave and his friend Dave and their other friend Dave saw a guy beat a Salvation Army Santa with an old car battery in the Wawa parking lot. Now, Philly's a war zone.
Okay, Karen, we don't want any more bad news.
We are sick of bad news, Karen. Okay, well, this is kind of good news. The other day, a serial killer killed another serial killer in front of the Liberty Bell. So, you know, that's two less serial killers. In Philly, we call that a Christmas miracle.
Well, that was then. In a new promo for SNL UK, Tina trying on her best British voice as she prepares to host the inaugural episode.
Nanny is here with everything you need for a practically perfect. You know what? I'm gonna drop the voice. So yeah, I've got everything you need for your first ever SNL UK. Got some of those. Oh yeah, sure. Wigs make the character.
You know, we love that you're here, but we're just trying to figure out how to promote the show.
Oh, no, of course. Why do you think I brought this?
I'm Tina Fey, and I'm hosting SNL UK this week. Why? Because I thought it would get me dual citizenship. It did not.
Hang on. Is that why you asked us all to marry you?
Winch me up, boys.
That's funny.
It'll be funny.
Good luck to those guys on their first show. A reminder, SNL UK airs abroad on Saturday. It'll stream next day on Peacock. That'll be fun. We're talking a lot about it. It's happening this weekend. Speaking of Tina Fey, her Bronx Beat co-star Amy Poehler is up next. This morning, we can exclusively announce that Amy's going to receive a special Career Achievement Award at this year's Peabody. She's going to be celebrated along with writer-director Sterling Harjo and PBS Kids. They'll receive the Trailblazer and Institutional Awards at the May 31st ceremony. Congrats to Tina. Next up, White Lotus Season 4 just added 2 funny guys to the cast, including this former New Girl star.
Friday night, gentlemen, it's on.
What happened to you?
It's on and popping up in here, you feel?
What happened to you?
What?
You didn't used to be like this, Schmidt.
What are you talking about?
You've gotten so much worse.
It's on and popping.
I love that show. All right, time to pack up that kimono for the south of France. Actor Max Greenfield joining the cast along with comedian and actor Kumail Nanjiani. These two are part of the latest lineup checking into HBO's hit series along with the previously announced stars Helena Bonham Carter, Chris Messina, and Steve Coogan. According to Variety, Season 4 is set to start shooting later this year. All right, next up, Miley Cyrus, the music superstar, is gearing up for her next event. It's 20 years in the making, revisiting the role that made her a household name and putting the wig back on for a Hannah Montana anniversary special. And we have a peek of the new trailer featuring both Mom Tish and Dad Billy Ray, who also played Miley's on-screen parents for nearly 100 episodes.
This is where it's going to get emotional. I've loved being Hannah. I love being Miley Cyrus. You really taught me how to be who I am. Love you so much. Love you.
Best of both worlds.
I loved being Hannah then. I'm so living for it now.
Confirm.
Thank you so much for being here and celebrating this with us.
Wow, a lot to pack there. I love it. Love to see Miley. The Hannah Montana special. Does it make anybody else feel old?
Yeah.
Like we're having a 20-year retro Hannah Montana.
Every day.
Millennials are so happy about this, I know it.
That special drops on Tuesday. It'll be on Disney Plus and Hulu. And finally, Kevin Hart. Well, he just got a special celebrity honor. His very own statue at the Hollywood Wax Museum in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. What do you guys think of this? Looks like The Weeknd. Well, Kevin's not exactly thrilled with it either. He joked on Instagram, "What did I do to these people? This is an attack." At this point, these museums are just trying to make me cry. There you go. That's your pop start, guys.
All
Funny.
right. Just that, guys, we're going to share some joy in Studio 1A. Taylor Joy ready to chat about the return to Super Mario franchise. But first, your local news. Well, welcome back. This morning, we're focusing on your health and all the important screenings that women need to know about. So, when should we get them? What should we get? Here are some answers with Dr. Elisa Ports, Chief of Breast Surgery from Mount Sinai's Health System. Dr. Ports, so happy you're here.
Thank you for having me.
These guidelines keep changing, so no one knows when they're supposed to get what screening. So, at what age should we get what screenings?
Perfect. So we start out, some of the youngest screening happens starting at age 21.
Okay.
A pap smear for most women. Then mammograms should start for the general population at age 40.
Okay.
Colonoscopy, the current guidelines are to get it at age 45 for the first one. If you're a smoker, you should consider lung cancer screening with a CAT scan starting at age 50. And bone density is typically done for most women at around age 65 to check for bone health.
So some of these numbers may vary if you have, let's say, a family history.
Absolutely.
Those kind of things.
These are general guidelines, and I think what's most important is that we focus on there's no one size fits all. These guidelines need to be customized and tailored to an individual's specific risk. So a doctor should really do a deep dive with you on your family history. What are the things you're at risk for? And they may be cancer related, they may be non-cancer related. You know, we know that one of the #1 killers of women is heart disease, not cancer.
Okay.
And so we have to screen for that too.
We're going to get to all those. I think one of the things people want to get or should get is to get their blood work checked.
Sure.
So first question, when you go say, I want my blood work, is that something you should do annually? And what are you looking for?
Yes, most people get blood work as part of their annual checkup. And these are very basic and easy tests to do. These test for different functions of the body. For example, a blood count will test for anemia. A comprehensive metabolic panel will test liver function, kidney function. A lipid cholesterol profile will help determine heart health. And most importantly, these numbers can give a doctor guidelines and options for intervention to improve health.
Do you have to ask for that annually? Should doctors offer it up, or what should happen?
These should happen as kind of a basic checkup. These are some other tests you do that are really part of basic functions. There shouldn't be a need to ask. If you're getting blood work, this should all be included. Yep.
Okay, let's talk about other genetic screenings. BRCA1, BRCA2, you're a big advocate of people getting checked.
I sure am. And what I would say is that around the age of 25, someone should be asking you, whether it's a gynecologist or a primary care doctor, what are you at risk for in your family? It's important to focus on the fact that it's not just breast and ovarian cancer. Pay attention to your father's side of the family. Things like prostate cancer, pancreatic cancer, melanoma. These are red flags that you might have some genetic predisposition and should get genetic testing.
Quickly, let's talk about heart disease. That's the leading cause of death for women. What should women be looking for?
Yes. So, of course, it's primarily symptom-based. If you're having any symptoms, shortness of breath, chest pain, things like that, as a breast specialist, I'm very nervous of people coming in saying, I have breast pain. This could be misinterpreted as heart disease. But for sure, there are risk factors for heart disease as well. They're very well known. Things like obesity, things like high cholesterol, which we talked about with the blood tests, high blood pressure, weight. All of these things are really things where a doctor should then take the next step and can make interventions that can correct these things to reduce your risk.
Yeah, you're a breast surgeon, and I think what's great is a lot of people feel lost when they get diagnosed. You actually have a book coming out that I think will be super helpful for women who are going through this process.
Thank you.
What is it called and when's it out?
Yeah, so it's available for pre-order now. It's called The Breast Advice, and it's advice for me, but also from my patients who have been through it. And it's available for pre-order now at May 19th. I'm very, very excited to share this information about both breast health and breast cancer.
I think that's so important because people feel lost. That's the first thing they feel when they get the diagnosis. So a book like that would be something very necessary. Thank you so much. So happy that you came to see us, Dr. Thank you. All right, Craig, over to you.
All right, hold on. Look who's here. A real peach of a guest, one of the stars of the Super Mario Galaxy movie, Anya Taylor-Joy. But first, this is Today on NBC. You ready? Okay. We're back, 8:42 with Anya Taylor-Joy. Of course, you know, she rose to stardom in that Netflix hit, The Queen's Gambit, a role that earned her an Emmy nomination and a Golden Globe. Well, now Anya has returned. She's returned as the voice of Princess Peach in the Super Mario Galaxy movie, embarking on a journey with her crew that really hits close to home.
You're missing your own party.
Well, the crazy thing is, today's not my real birthday. It's just the day the Toads found me. They have no idea where I came from.
Guess since it's not your actual birthday, you don't want a present.
Mario!
All right, fine.
I love it.
Well, Anya, welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me.
We watched the movie over the weekend, and, you know, it's a little different this time because I feel like Princess Peach, I was just telling you, she's on this journey of self-discovery. She leaves the Mushroom Kingdom. How did you go about crafting her the second time around?
I was so excited when the filmmakers told me that this was the journey that Peach was going to go on. So I think I just approached it with a curiosity and, again, an excitement that I was going to get to learn more about this character that I love so much.
Is she, I mean, how would you say she's different in this one versus the original?
I think she's still deeply empathetic, but she's also taking care of what she needs in this moment. She wants to find out where she comes from. She's on a quest for adventure. And yeah, prioritizing herself a little bit more.
I watched it with my daughter, and as I was watching this, we were just talking about The Witch back in 2016. There seems to be a through line in a lot of your roles. The Queen's Gambit, you know, you're trapped in chess. You're trapped in the kingdom here in Mario. You were trapped sort of in survival.
So I have a history of being trapped?
Well, I was just going to ask you. I mean, is that a theme that you seek out, or is that just coincidence?
I've always felt very fortunate that the characters that I'm supposed to embody do have a way of finding me. It does feel like fate. I think now, with some hindsight, I do see a through line between my own personal journey and what I've been allowed to depict on screen. But they always feel very different to me.
Looking forward, looking ahead here, you're rumored to be playing Joni Mitchell. Speaking of through lines here, one of the arguably most singularly important women in music over the last, generation or so, Princess Peach. One of the most iconic women, in gaming history. What's the connection there?
What's the connection between Joni and Princess Peach?
Yeah.
That they're both singular. You can't touch them. They're in a league of their own.
What more can you tell us about?
Absolutely nothing.
I knew that was all you were going to give me. But let's talk about Dune 3. Can you talk about that?
A bit.
Okay.
Yes,
teaser just it dropped a while back. You're going to be alongside Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya as well. I read recently, I want to make sure I get this right, because you said that your character exists in a blessing-curse situation. What does that mean?
I mean, kind of along the same lines of what we're talking about with Joni and Princess Peach. She is one of a kind. There's never been anybody like her. She's named the Abomination, and a lot of people find her really creepy, except for her brother. But yeah, she has absolute prescience. She lives with the voice of generations of people in her head. She's never in a singular conversation, and that can drive somebody a little bit crazy.
You really enjoy playing complex, layered, strong women.
Yes.
That would be accurate.
Yes. 3D.
What about Lucky?
What about Lucky? I will say, every time I do a kind of action on the run movie, I think, wow, I've never been that on the run in my life. And with Lucky, I have never been that on the run in my life. It was on a complete different level.
And you guys filmed, as I understand, you filmed in L.A. just a few months after the fires
Yeah.
as well. What was that like?
It felt so important. You know, there was definitely a conversation about moving filming, and we just did everything that we possibly could to be able to bring the work back to LA and to feed back into the community. And I think you could feel that in the cast and crew. We were all so happy to be working in California and to be with each other after such devastation.
And you also, in addition to like 16 different projects going on, you've got a big month coming up. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
And happy early birthday as well.
Thank you so much.
How are we planning to celebrate?
I want to do a cross-country road trip.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You're so surprised.
Well, I mean, that's a long time in a vehicle.
That's a long time in a vehicle. Luckily, I like my friends, so I think hopefully that will be okay. And I want to see America. I feel, you know, very fortunate that I have an American passport, but I have not really seen the country. So I want to go and look at some beautiful landscape.
All right. Well, enjoy your. By the way, pick the perfect time. America's turning 250 this year, so you can celebrate your birthday as you drive across.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Anya. Thank you. The Super Mario Galaxy movie from our sister company, Universal Pictures, arrives in theaters on Wednesday, April 1st. Don't be a fool. Go see it, Carson.
Thank you.
Oh, can't wait to see it. We're just talking about, we're debating a road trip across the country. Good idea or bad idea?
Good idea.
I think it's a terrible idea. It's fun like the first 4 hours.
I loved it.
First 4 hours, great. And then you're like, all right, I need to get to an airport. Guys, coming up, Jill's in the house. We got brand new steals and deals to get you ready for the long-awaited arrival of spring. All right, but first, this is Today on NBC.
What if I brought...
Well, then it's like...
Jill's Steals and Deals is sponsored by the Wells Fargo Active Cash credit card. Shop like a 2%er with Active Cash.
Well, with any luck, spring arrives on Friday, so they say, and we are celebrating the warmer weather that's ahead with a brand new Steals and Deals filled with our favorite fashions and accessories for the season. Of course, our buddy Jill Martin, today's lifestyle and commerce contributor, is here with exclusive deals up to 85% off. We invite you to shop along at home. This is important. Grab your phone. There's a QR code there. Get ready to buy because these things go fast. They could go by the time we're done with these scarves. They could be gone by the time we're at the purses.
And likely.
So act fast, act often, and no real deals here. These are all steals today.
Yeah, these are really small investments that really make a big difference as we go into spring. So let's start with the always popular Alicia Adams Alpaca Positano wrap. Retail $345. The deal price is $59, 83% off. It comes in 11 colors. Let's just show the size and the versatility.
Look how thin they are, too.
So, yeah, so you could wear this just drape it around if you're wearing a dress, or you could wear it as a blanket on the plane or on your RV trip, or I tied it as a scarf. It's super versatile. You see all the different ways to wear it. You'll see these in all high-end boutiques. Again, they retail for $345.
Right.
We have them for 83% off. And notice the ombre, notice the colors. Pick a pop of color that you wouldn't normally buy. All right, next up, the Created Forever Lab-Grown Diamond Jewelry. The retail $142 to $610. The deal price $70 to $305. Up to 70% off with free shipping. It's set in sterling silver. So let's talk about lab-grown diamonds.
Okay.
They are diamonds that are lab-grown. The value
Can we
is
tell the
incredible.
difference? Can a human tell the difference?
I don't know.
Are they less valuable?
No. They carry a different value to them, but you can get more for your money with lab grown.
Got it.
And these are so beautiful. So, like, for example, I'm wearing these 2 bracelets that I layered. They have earrings, they have necklaces. Can you tell which one's real and which one isn't?
Never know.
Okay, so they're both not real, so you could never tell.
Right.
And so the tennis bracelet, very on trend, and then you hear these have the spread out diamonds.
Love it.
Really great. This is 70% off with free shipping, a great gift. I'm also in the hoops.
Okay.
Okay, always popular, the Mila leather handbag, 100% genuine leather, Italian leather with 3 interior pockets. They come in all these fun colors. I just want to give you a tour of the inside because you see it has a lot of organization in addition to being gorgeous. It has the 3 interior pockets. Plus, it has a
Smells like
snap
leather.
to close it. It's just a great everyday bag. in
Strong
all the
magnet. How
colors.
much are these?
This is $99 from
Wow.
$680. That's 85% off. So
That's a
these
great
always
deal.
go fast.
Hit that QR code and get a purse.
Okay, so this is really important. The Bellbird safety alarm, you get a set of 2. I'm not going to demo it because it emits an ear-piercing sound.
Well, now I
but
wanna
it's
hear it.
No, you don't. $79.98. You don't because that means there is an emergency.
Okay.
So the deal price is $21 for 2. That's 74% off with free shipping. All you have to do is hit the SOS button or pull it. You just keep it on your bag,
That's
keep
good.
it on your. It's good
You
to have.
parked far away at Costco or the mall, and you're walking, and maybe a bad time at night. It's in your hand. You're ready to go. You're
Yeah,
prepared.
it's good to have. And they come in the fun colors, so, it makes it fashionable and
right.
functional.
Okay.
Okay. The Topple to-go cup, 20 ounces. The retail 40, deal price 19, 53% off. Dishwasher safe. So let me show you what this does.
Yeah.
This is fabulous.
Yeah.
So, first of all, it's leak-proof. So the water's
Oh,
in here.
that's
okay.
impressive.
See? Okay. Then you turn the top. You can drink from anywhere.
Okay. I mean, you can drink from anywhere, anyway.
Well, no, not if the spigot isn't there.
Oh, like
this
where
is
the-
like you can drink from anywhere
Okay.
around the cup.
Oh, okay, so it's a cup.
And then when you put the water in to fill it up, you don't have to
Yeah,
open it.
I get
You
it.
just put it in and it goes right in.
Well, how does
and
that
it-
work? It's like a
look.
magic trick. And it comes out, but
Yeah.
it doesn't spill when you turn it upside down.
Exactly.
And this is less than $20.
I mean, what a triumph,
I'd
right?
get the QR code immediately.
I thought like Guinness in there and
Great idea.
Yeah, you could put anything in there.
Great
okay.
idea.
And then also my hair looks good, right?
We got 1 minute, so give me 30 seconds here, then we're
but
going to
just
recap.
look at my hair.
I love it. It looks gorgeous.
So
still.
I used the Volo Beauty hair towel and hair brush
Okay.
duo. Retail 88, deal price 39, 56% off. Minimizes frizz and breakage. You get out of the shower, you put this on.
Yep.
It has the back where, so when it's not flying off or when
easy
you
to
do your
bunch up
makeup.
there.
This
Yeah.
isn't me, but here is an example of somebody doing it.
Okay.
So you just twist it, pull it to the back.
Very easy.
And then when you're done, I'm very into this brush.
All right, let's hit
and
those
taking
products
the
one more
frizz
time for
out of
everybody.
it. Okay. We have the Alicia Adams alpaca wrap, the Created Forever jewelry, the Mila handbag, the Bell Bird safety alarms, the Topple to-go cup, and
Yep.
the Volo Beauty hair towel and brush duo.
All right, well, just getting part. Guys, thank you so much, Jill. QR code there. Head to today.com/deals. Great deals there. Shop away. We're back after a quick check of your local news, weather, and these messages. Jill Martin, nice work today.
Thank you.
You're
Have
gonna
a good
sell
day,
lot of
everyone.
products. Hit
Happy
that
shopping.
QR code. Shop, shop, shop.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.